Mesdames et messieurs, bonjour ou bien bonsoir. Ça dépend qui côté ou pour regarder vidéo ou bien pour attendre. Bonjour, bonsoir. Non pas M. Jean ce matin, du tout moins. C'était pour la première fois ou pour découvrir Chanel là. N'a demandé bon un petit like, abonner avec Chanel là, quitte un petit commentaire. I am back, moi retourner encore. Et pas que je vais être là, c'est une affaire sérieuse. Administration président Donald Trump nous connaît qui vraiment campé sur une décision qui pas voulu faire battre dans le domaine de l'immigration. Et nous pensons que la réalité de l'immigration est vraiment compliquée et très difficile, surtout pour les gens qui viennent dans le programme président Biden. Et nous connaissons jusqu'à 24 avril. Et pour tout le monde, ils voient tout illégal dans le pays. Ils ne peuvent pas gagner dans le pays. Tout le monde peut expirer dans le pays. Nous avons posé nos questions. Et moun sa yo qui te getan vini, qui gen famille, qui getan lon kay a payer, qui getan gon machine a payer. De pou pa gen papier nan moun aux États-Unis, ça dit que tout bagay fini ou pa gen yon ka fait. Il même fait connaître si par exemple ou ta vini ou pas et porter tête ou aller ba immigration. Bon pas porter tête tout depuis c'est les points qui mettent mes sous ou pas cartonner ici encore il dit moun yo li kon adresse yo li ka joine yo il même dit que gen moun si gen moun qui connaît moun sa yo qui les garder pour connaître yo ou relé yo y a vinn prend yo et nous connaît gen state qui fait li et nous connaît actuellement en Floride gagné c'est celle estate qui baille pollution droit qui baille pollution ou bien shérif yo tout l'état local yo dans Floride là tout qui doit campo yo mando papier immigration soit papier immigration yo carrelé à une point yo capable déporter yo et c'est ça bagage vote là-dedans sont affaire sérieux tout bon et oui grand plus le monde qui commence à victime. La plupart du concept victime dans le domaine de l'immigration aux États-Unis, en pile, le monde déporté, nous connaissons, nous avons passé et pour Venezuela, nous avons passé là-dedans, l'autre pays, mais sur l'autre côté, et nous actuellement, et monde ça campé là, c'est le premier ministre canadien qui a remplacé du Sontoyoa, c'est les mêmes qui campé là, nous pas le faire nous tendre tout détail, mes amis, bagaille pas de là-dedans, bagaille sur bagaille sérieux. Et nous, comme nous toujours dit, conseil pas nous sur un monde ou dans un pays ou qu'on n'a pas gagné dans le monde ou pas un document dans le monde. Comment c'est fait si président, si pas besoin pas sortir. Mais quand on pas besoin de la rue ou pas sortir ou pas prendre la rue. Alors quand le monde qui va d'accord les monde conseiller et nous pas faut attendre tout ça qui a passé. Premièrement nous pas faut entrer au Canada comme Canada dit la ouvrir et Canada pour ouvrir pour 31 mois ça. Mais est-ce que c'est qui facile? Je pense que c'est aussi plus compliqué que chaque Canada qu'on fait là, c'est pas même bagaille. Et moun yo vle yo que les vle venir avec et moun sa yo qu'on de sur bagaille, yo obligé gain yo. M'pa respecte dans domaine là, m'pa connait dans domaine là, m'pa ka di nous, mais nous même nous capture tant de journal pour nous tendre. Brothers and sisters, it depends where you're going to listen to my video or watch the video. If it's the first time you enter to my channel, please subscribe, like, share, leave me a comment, and let me know what you think. We're talking about the President Trump administration and immigration deportation. And then I think it's not a joke. It is seriously President Trump administration They're not joking. They're seriously. If you listen to the news, there's a lot of student visa is taken out by the Secretary Marco Rubio. Marco Rubio. He say a lot of things. I'm not going to say what he say. You guys will listen to it and see what's going on. It's not a joke. Once again, my name is Jean St. Martin. This is my YouTube channel. Is that the first time you enter my channel? Don't forget to share, like, subscribe to my channel, and I will subscribe back to you. Guys, I'm going to Canada. I'm going to let you listen what the Canada authority or Canada Prime Minister say about United States. Once again, don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Immigration in United States is not a joke. It's not a joke, guy. The President Trump is seriously. It's not a joke. A lot of people start losing the status or their visa or something, whatever he had. People start losing it. And when does that happen? Those people can be sent back to their country anytime. So, watch and like and subscribe. Thank you so much, guys. Let's go listen to Canadian Prime Minister.
Is that we, as Canadians, have agency, succeed in a drastically different world. The old relationship we had with the United States, based on deepening integration of our economies and tight security and military cooperations, is over. What exactly the United States does next is unclear. But what is clear is that we, as Canadians, have agency. We have power. We are masters in our own home. Nous sommes maîtres chez nous. We can control our destiny. We can give ourselves much more than any foreign government, including the United States, can ever take away. We can deal with this crisis best by building our strength right here at home. It will take hard work. It will take steady and focused determination from governments, from businesses, from labor, from Canadians. We will need to dramatically reduce our reliance on the United States. We will need to pivot our trade relationships elsewhere. And we will need to do things previously thought impossible at speeds we haven't seen in generations. But we can make ourselves more productive and therefore more competitive. We can break down internal trade barriers. We can build a stronger and more resilient economy. And that's what I'm squarely focused on as your Prime Minister.
That is what
things are going to work out very well between Canada and the United States.
All this comes on a...
Do you have any questions, please?
Mr. President, Canada's Prime Minister says that they will be implementing retaliatory tariffs. You said if that were to happen, that you would be responding with large-scale tariffs. Will you be following through with that promise?
Well, absolutely, but we had a very good conversation. Mark called me today at 10 o'clock. We put out a statement. We had a very, very good talk. He's going through an election now, and we'll see what happens, but we have Liberation Day, as you know, on April 2nd, and I'm not referring to Canada, but many countries have taken advantage of us, the likes of which nobody even thought was possible for many, many decades, And, that has to stop. We're going to end up with a very good relationship with Canada and a lot of the other countries. Some we probably won't. It won't be so pleasant, but I think most countries are agreeing with me. They actually, many of them have actually apologized. They said, look, we have taken advantage. And I don't blame them as much as I blame the people that stood, in this case I can say the men, because so far they've been all men, haven't they? But the men that sat right there and behind the Resolute desk, mostly the Resolute desk, I don't know if you know, you have a choice of 7 desks. The Resolute is the one I like, but some chose other ones. But they sat right behind a desk right in this location, and they let our country be hurt very badly. But I didn't do that. But we had a very good talk, the Prime Minister and myself, and I think things are going to work out very well between Canada and the United States. Yeah, please go ahead.
Mr. President, how is the talks with India on tariff going on? And what is the expectations from India? How much do you want them?
Well, as you know, Prime Minister Modi was here just recently, and we've always been very good friends. India is one of the highest tariffing nations in the world. You know that. I know. Thank you for shaking your head, but it's brutal. It's brutal. They're very smart, and he's a very smart man and a great friend of mine, actually. And we had very good talks. I think it's going to work out very well between India and our country. Very, very well. And I want to say you have a great Prime Minister.
Mr. President, there's been a very serious earthquake in Burma, or Myanmar, today, with up to several hundred killed.
Yeah.
The military regime there has asked for help from anybody.
Yeah, we're going to be helping.
You are
We've already alerted the people. Yeah, it's terrible what's happened.
If you have
asked Representative Stefanik to stay in her seat, can you explain your reason for that? And did it have anything to do with the tight polling in the Florida district that former Representative Waltz held?
Well, I think we're doing, I think we had, as you know, we have a few elections going on, and she is phenomenal, number one. She is a friend of mine, and she was going to go to the United Nations, and I said, look, there's a lot of room for doing that or something else, but she's very popular in her district, and I didn't want to take a chance. I don't even know who else is running. I assume...
Gade, lèm gade bien, m'ka kompran nou pa gen problem avec nou pa gen problem avec président américain, M. Trump, mais nous senti que nous pas tellement égaré en politique, nous senti que pour qui ça président américain et pour qui ça li attaquer tout pays ça yo, même les pays c'était 100 000 pays à payer ou bien pas de 100 000.
Somebody else would have been running, but if she runs...
Li pa gen problème pour l'attaquer tout. Mais pour qui ça, ou besoin attaquer tout le monde ensemble. Pour qu'ils sont parés dans ligne, et après avoir, ou fin achever parti ça, voilà, achevons l'autre partie. Bagay yo vraiment compliqué, et yo vraiment un petit peu confuse, nous pas fin comprendre ça qu'a fait là, mais peut-être président américain, comme premier pays dans le monde, il doit compter ça qu'a fait là. Nous-mêmes, nous n'avons pas connu, mais nous avons fait là, nous senti situation vraiment compliquée, c'est dans le domaine de l'immigration. Il vraiment dit, son mec qui vraiment dit, le radio pour l'ouest, ça peut le passer, il vraiment compliqué. Brothers and sisters, what we're talking about here, we don't understand what's going on. Why does he have to go every single country in the world? He tried to do something with the country, tariff or something. Immigration. Why does he have to do everything at the same time, at the same level? Let's listen to him, guy. God is good. Keep on praying. But on immigration, like I said before, guy, it's not a joke. Bagay immigration, il bagay vote là-dedans, il est sérieux, en plus mon a déporté. On immigration, there's a lot of students lost their visa, over 100,000 something student visa been revoked by Marco Rubio as the Secretary of State. Secretary of State, as the Secretary of United States. We say revoke a lot of them, and those people is free to be sent back to their country. It is a sad situation, guy. It's not a joke. It is sad. It is seriously. It is serious. I hope everybody's taking it seriously. You need to be careful what you're doing, what you try to say. You got to be careful. The President Trump, he is not joking. He's seriously, guy. Thank you. Listen to him more, please.
She can't be, you never want to say can't be beaten, but I think can't be beaten. She's very, very well liked and very smart. And I said, Lise, would you do me a favor? We cannot take a chance. We have a slim margin. We don't want to take any chances. We don't want to experiment. And she polls like I do. I won her district, as you know, by a lot of points. And she also does very well there. When it comes to Florida, You have two races, and they seem to be good. It's a Trump plus 32 area. The one thing is they're spending like $12 million, and our candidate doesn't have that kind of money, spending much less than that, like maybe 1/12, about $1 million, a little bit more than $1 million. So the airwaves are blanketed, and you never know what happens in a case like that. I won it by 32 points, and it's very, very strong. It used to be Democrat, but when I came along, they liked me for whatever reason. You'll have to explain that, but they liked me, and we're way up. But you don't know what happened. Second district, who seems to be in pretty good shape, but likewise, he's being outspent about 5-1. So we don't want to take any chances. So I went to Elise and I said, Elise, do you mind? Very highly rated person, you know, she was a real leader. And she will be again. I spoke with Mike Johnson. They're going to put her in a high leadership position. But will you mind staying in Congress? Because we don't want to take any chances. And it's as simple as that. It's basic politics. It's politics 101. She's very popular. She's going to win. And somebody else will probably win, too, because we did very well there. I did very well there. But the word probably is no good. So I really appreciate her doing it. She's doing me a big favor when she does it, because she was all set to go to the United Nations, and she would have dealt with Putin and Zelensky and everybody else, and she would have been very effective. But we really don't want to take any chances because it is tight.
Mr. President,
Go ahead, please.
Thank you, sir. You and your team apprehended a top 3 leader in the violent gang MS-13 yesterday, just 30 minutes outside of Washington, D.C. What has made you and your team so effective in finding, locating, apprehending, and deporting these violent, illegal migrants?
I love this guy. I wish more people would ask questions like that. Thank you. That's very nice. I appreciate it. And they have been. All you're doing is being fair with you when you ask a question in that way. Pam Bondi and Kash Patel and all of the rest of law enforcement. And I think we have to include ICE and Border Patrol, you know, Paul of Border Patrol, the whole group from Border Patrol. They're so incredible, and it's, you know, dangerous stuff, hard stuff, and it's really an unforced error, because these people were allowed into this country. They shouldn't have been in this country. They would have never been in this country. We're getting rid of some of the worst criminals in the world. They came out of jails and mental institutions from all over the world. But Pam and the whole group, and Kash, who's here, and it's so good to have him. I see him all over. He's working 24 hours a day, but the job they've done is incredible. And they caught one of the worst criminals in the world, I guess, in terms of evilness. You don't get any worse than the MS-13 guys and the Aragua guys. It's you can flip a coin. It's a rough group. And, you know, the big thing is they have to be able to do their job. I was watching it on television like you, and I saw the home that he lived in a good area, but boy, they had a lot of weaponry in there, right? Highly sophisticated, really brutal stuff. So I appreciate the question, and I just want to thank Kash and Pam and the whole group for doing a fantastic, and the local law enforcement who's been so terrific.